right, so without further ado, welcome to the Junior Reserve Officer for 250th birthday ball celebration. Thank you all for coming. This is a pretty unique evening. If you've never had the chance to be at one of these, I think you're going to find that you'll be impressed. You'll have a great time, and it'll be like nothing else you've ever attended, I hope, because the Marine Corps does it well. We've been doing it for 250 years. As a matter of fact, there are Marines all over the world right now doing the same thing we're doing at this very moment. There's Marines forward deployed in areas where all they have is an MRE to be able to share with one another, but I promise you that they're celebrating the Marine Corps birthday this fall because that's how important it is to the Marines. I tell you guys, the only way to get to one of these is to either be a Marine or be invited. And all of you qualified for this second of those. You were invited by way of being part of the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps or being a guest. So enjoy yourselves this evening. We have a really good ceremony that the cadets have put an enormous amount of time into. But I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that there's a whole lot that goes on in the background. Everybody you see here, guys, in these white shirts and bow ties are going to be serving you. They're probably familiar faces. I would be friendly with them. Good? Give a round of applause. But I can tell you that it's always something special when you're able to bring somebody in outside of being directly involved in the military avenue, meaning it's somebody that hasn't directly served. But I promise you, I've never met anyone who supports the military more. In the very short time that I was here at Line Tech quite a few years ago, guys, I realized quickly that our guest of honor was an avid supporter of the military. It goes a long way with me when somebody goes out of their way to thank the military and all that the military does. I think you're going to find that in some of the words he passes to you, and he'll be very familiar to all of you as well because he's impacted so many. Let's appreciate all that you've done with taking care of the tech piece of things, including today's Veterans Day ceremony, as well as this evening, guys. All of the things that are going on, in case you didn't know, are going to be recorded and embedded forever in time on YouTube. So you can go back and watch this evening's ceremonies, this evening's event. But more importantly, everybody out there in YouTube land can watch you right now. So you better make sure you behave yourself during the ceremony. Good?
Yes, sir.
All right. There's times, guys, where we're going to call on you to stand to render honors to certain things. I ask that now, if you haven't done so, turn those phones down so they don't make noise, that they don't vibrate. All right, we don't have any some surprise interruptions. This is a very distinguished ceremony, and we want to give credit to those that took a long time to put it together for you. The kitchen staff in the back, that's preparing your food. All the players that were involved with putting the ceremony together, the cadets that practiced so hard. Let's give a round of applause for all of them. All right, without further ado, we are going to see and hear from the Commandant of the Marine Corps and the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. General Smith and Sergeant Major Ruiz put together a message for all Marines that you all will be able to see and observe. It speaks directly to Marines, guys. So think about it from that perspective. What it would be like to be a military man or woman in the Marine Corps serving today, and the inspiration that's provided from what you're about to observe. Have a great evening.
Being in service was a privilege. But it was a sacrifice. And your families want that sacrifice. And Marine wives and Marine spouses, they deserve a lot of credit as well. The kids being uprooted, wounded, it's a sacrifice. Deserve all credit.
Without the support of their loved ones and their family, it's hard for them to complete their job. So again, it's so important for military families and Marine Corps families to understand that their role and the role that they play in supporting their loved one while serving is just as important.
For 250 years, we have proven there is no better friend and no worse enemy than the U.S. Marine.
For those people who wish evil upon the greater good, David Bellamy said it best, somebody else will raise your children.
To the enemy's of our nation, don't get comfortable. Whether you're in the air, at sea, or on the ground. We adapt. We always have, and we always will.
If it comes down to one-on-one, you're not going to survive.
From our first East landing in Nassau to the Black Sands of Iwo Jima to urban combating pollution, our Corps has come a long way since Samuel Nichols first took command of 2 battalions at Sun Tower. The weapons
courage and commitment, a legacy that is etched on our souls forever. Our history is one of winning our nation's battle, and make no mistake, we will be called to fight again. We will be ready, and we will win.
since our foundation, we have fought in every climate and place, upholding our oath and preserving who we are, the few and the proud. But we cannot break stride. We must continue to train for the next fight, because victory will go to those who seize the initiative, impose their will, and never yield. The pursuit of excellence in the profession of arms is our heritage, forged by an unbreakable fighting spirit. The memorial behind us stands as a testament to that fact. We stand on the shoulders of the giants that came before us. We must not fail them. The challenge is on all of us every day to uphold the standard that the title Marine demands. Happy 250th birthday, Marines. Semper Fidelis.
All right, guys, a little tech difficulty, but you get the general idea. Thanks for watching. Our ceremony will pick up right where we left off.
Good evening, and welcome to the Morning Tech MCJRTC Marine Corps Birthday Ball celebration. As you entered the ballroom, you should have noticed an individual table set for one. This table is round, show our everlasting concern. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to serve. This single red robe reminds us of the lives of these Americans and the loved ones and friends who keep the faith awaiting answers. The yellow ribbon symbolizes our continued uncertainty, hope for their return, and determination to account for them. A slice of lemon reminds us of their bitter fate, captured or missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears of our missing and their families. The glasses are inverted to symbolize their inability to share a toast. The chair is empty, they are missing. As we gather in celebration of the Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day, we gather in the shadows of greatness. Although our missing veterans cannot be here to participate in our celebration today, they will always be a part of us and who we are. We will continue to honor them until they are brought home. Please rise for a moment of silence for our captured and missing military members. Please be seated. Please rise for the entrance of the battalion commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel First Lieutenant Mackenzie Manuel will sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky. For the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And hunt. Ready, right, order, sword, carry, sword. House the colors! Come on.
Please be seated.
On November 1st, 1921, John A. Lejeune, 13th Comrade of the Marine Corps, directed that a reminder of the honorable service of the Corps be published by every command to all Marines throughout the globe on the birthday of the Corps. Since that day, Marines have continued to distinguish themselves on many battlefields and territories in war and peace. On this 250th birthday of the Corps, therefore, in compliance with the will of the 13th Comrade, Article 38 of the United States Marine Corps Manual, edition of 1921, is to publish. The inspiring message of our 13th Comrade has left its mark in the hearts and minds of all Marines. By deed and act, from Guadalcanal to Iwo Jima, from Incheon to the Korean Armistice, interventions from Lebanon to the Dominican Republic, the opening battles in Vietnam to the Maya Buzz rescue. Their legacy, the success which they have achieved in combat, and the faith they have borne in peace will continue. The Commandant and our many friends have added their hearty praise and congratulations to this, our 250th birthday.
The inspiring message of the 13th Commandant has left its mark in the hearts and minds of all Marines and cadets. It is traditional that the first slice of our Marine Corps birthday cake be presented to the guest of honor, and the next piece to the oldest cadet present, followed by the youngest cadet present. Ladies and gentlemen, the first piece of cake is presented to our guest of honor, Mr. Darren Berry. The oldest cadet present today is Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Beckett Campbell, who was born on March 19, 2007. He became a member of the Maundy Tech JROTC on August 24, 2022, and will graduate Maundy Tech on May 27, 2022. Cadet present tonight is Cadet Private First Class Brianna Edouard, who was born on September 23, 2011. She became a member of the Maundy Tech JROTC on August 25, 2025, and will graduate Maundy Tech in June of 2029. Please rise for the exit of the sword detail. Please be seated.
Good evening and welcome to the 250th Marine Corps Birthday Ball. Tonight we are joined by a special evening. Summarized best by the smiles he brings and shares in abundance to those around him, he naturally embodies the qualities that we as cadets strive for. For those are the ones that make a great citizen, a great teacher, and a great man. Throughout the years, he has undeniably inspired and touched the lives of thousands of people, teachers and students alike, extending his teaching beyond the classroom into the lives of those around him. As prominent American historian and writer Henry Bartel is simply stops. Many of us here today are lucky to know or have been taught that. In the year of his retirement, it is fitting that we recognize and honor him for his lasting influence. I would now like to give special thanks to his guests, in particular his wife, who is accompanying him here tonight, for always showing your support for him and by extension, our community. Now, will you please join me in welcoming our guest of honor, Mr. Darren Berry.
This has got to be the coolest thing that I've ever done. Notice I said coolest thing, but not the best thing that's ever happened to me. I catch my breath. Wow. Thank you for that introduction. That was special. For a minute there, I thought you were talking about somebody else. Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, Marine Corps instructors, and most importantly, the cadets of the Montauk Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of being part of this special night. This really is a big deal for me. As you can see, I'm wearing a tux right now. I got the pockets square, cufflinks. You should have seen me and my wife trying to figure out what to do with these. Full disclosure, she made me wear it. When I told her about the occasion, she said, "You're wearing a tux to that ball." I said, "No, I'm just gonna wear my blue suit." She said, "You're wearing a tux to that ball." And she pulled out a tape measure, started taking my measurements, told me to spread them like she was on a episode of Law and Order or something. So it's obvious that it's a big deal to her as well. All joking aside, I'm wearing a tux tonight because I have the utmost respect for the Marine Corps and everyone who's ever served. I cannot possibly tell you what an honor it is to help celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps and the cadets of the Montauk Marine Corps Junior ROTC. Although I must admit, when I was first asked to speak tonight, I was a little intimidated. You see, I didn't serve in the Marines, nor did I serve in any of the branches of the United States military. And for that reason, I stand before you as someone who is both sincerely humbled and incredibly grateful to all the men and women who have served this great country of ours. While it is true that I've never served in the Marines myself, I have come to learn just what it takes to be a Marine. It takes integrity, courage, discipline, and a strong work ethic. It takes loyalty, leadership, and physical and mental strength. Now, you may be thinking, how does he know what it takes to be a Marine if he's never served himself? And that would be a fair question to ask. Well, I know what it takes to be a Marine because I've seen these qualities transcend generations. Since its inception in 1775 during the American Revolution, to the decks of the USS Constitution, to the sands of Iwo Jima and the mountains of Afghanistan, the Marine Corps has written a story of courage and sacrifice that belongs not only to our nation's history, but to its very soul. Men like my wife's grandfather, John Joseph Durbin, embodied these character traits when he joined the Marine Corps in 1943, so he could go off to fight in World War II. Leaving his pregnant wife Mary at home in Clinton, Massachusetts, John was ultimately shipped to the island of Iwo Jima in the Pacific Theater, where he won the Bronze Star for bravery and heroism. Fittingly, John died 31 years ago today, November 10th, on the very anniversary of the establishment of the United States Marine Corps, that elite fighting force that he was so proud to be a member of. Sadly, I never got a chance to meet John since he died long before. What it takes, excuse me, I do know, however, that as impressive as John was on the battlefield, it was in his civilian life that he really shined as a Marine. Guided by the Marine Corps' fundamental principles of honor, courage, and commitment, John lived his life with modesty, uncompromising morality, accountability, and respect for everyone that he encountered. He always did what was right, even in the face of adversity. With resiliency and dignity, John met life's many challenges head on. He was deeply devoted to his family. He held himself to a standard well above what was expected. Once again, you may be asking, how does he know what John Durbin was like if he never met him? Once again, that would be a fair question to ask. I can tell you, however, that I know what John Durbin was like, because I've heard my wife Beth speak about him in this way a countless number of times. I can also see that the same principles that John lived by have been with Maureen, Carolyn, and Diane, to his many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. It is obvious that John Durbin is at the very core of who they are as people. You see, being a Marine surpasses even the heroics of combat. Indeed, being a Marine is a way of life, one that all of you cadets now can emulate in your own lives. To those of you who are planning to enlist in the Marine Corps after high school, I say thank you. Thank you for your courage and your willingness to serve. Sorry. In doing so, we will carry forward one of the most honored traditions in American history. The uniform you will wear represents 250 years of sacrifice, fidelity, and commitment to freedom. I hope you never forget that. For those of you who will take a different path after graduation, whether it's college, a trade, public service, or another career, never forget the values that you've learned here are not confined to the military. In fact, these principles are universal. Stay true to the moral code of the Marine Corps, and it will serve you well in every aspect of your life. In difficult times and in times of prosperity, let this code guide you. It will keep you focused, grounded, and humble. By doing so, you too will be helping to preserve the storied legacy of the United States Marine Corps. Many of the cadets are already living the values of the Marine Corps. I know this because I see it in my classroom, in the hallways of my tech, and at sporting events. I see it at charity functions, school assemblies, and a multitude of extracurricular activities. Indeed, the junior ROTC students are oftentimes the ones who do more, work harder, and consistently conduct themselves with dignity, respect, and humility. Their dedication and character not only reflect the ideals of the Marine Corps, but also set a very powerful example for others to follow. Now a word to the Mine Tech Marine Corps junior ROTC instructors, First Sergeant Shane Dillon and First Sergeant Jeremy Michelson. Your tireless commitment to these young men and women is remarkable. Your leadership and mentorship has not only instilled honor and discipline into these cadets, but it has also given them a sense of purpose. It has taught them the importance of sacrifice for others. Through countless hours of volunteer work, fundraising marches, and a myriad of community service endeavors, your cadets have learned the values of selflessness and benevolence. Together, you and your cadets You have raised an untold amount of money for worthy causes. You have been there to support veterans in need. And you have become an irreplaceable part of the Monty Tech family, both within these walls and throughout the larger community. It's thanks to your hard work and direction that the Monty Tech Marine Corps Junior ROTC program not only continues to thrive, but also stands as a source of great pride and admiration throughout our entire school district. It's also important that I take a moment to recognize the parents and guardians of these young cadets. All of you have played a vital role in the success of this Marine Junior ROTC program. Your encouragement and patience have allowed your children to grow well beyond what traditional high school experience can provide. Reinforcing the many lessons that they have learned and supporting them as they take on the many arduous tasks required of being a Marine Corps Junior ROTC cadet. You have instilled in your children a deep sense of pride and equipped them with the skills and values they will need to grow into productive, well-adjusted, and fulfilled adults. Some who are here tonight, some who may not be here tonight. First, my wife, Beth. Thank you for making me the luckiest man in the world. To my in-laws, Dick and Maureen High, thank you so very much for being here tonight. And thank you for raising a daughter who makes me the luckiest man in the world. To my parents, Dan Barry and Russ Gannon. Now, if you want to talk about two people that have truly lived with honor, courage, and commitment, you need look no further than these two. Okay? If you knew what I put them through when I was in high school, you'd agree that they both deserve the Congressional Medal of Honor. I mean, what they did raising me was a lot more like active duty than it was parenting. And to be honest, things didn't get all that much better after high school. If you glanced at the short biography in the program tonight, you might have noticed that there was a 7-year gap between the time that I graduated high school and the time that I finished college. Now, I'd like to be able to say I was off serving in the Peace Corps, something noble like that, but that wasn't the case. Let me just put it to you this way. I often say that my freshman year of college was the best 4 years of my life. Believe me, my parents probably would have enlisted me in the Marine Corps themselves if they could have. And I certainly would have benefited from it if they had. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Russ, for being here tonight. And for never giving up on me. To the Monty Tech administration team, thank you for your unwavering support of the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program and for making Monty Tech the best school in the entire country to work at. A special thanks to my good friends, Tom Brown, Superintendent Tom Brown, Principal Diana Carlson, Vice Principal Katie Schmidt, Business Manager Tammy Crockett, Social Studies teacher, and my good friend Tim Dolan. I will never forget that you were there for me when I needed you most. I'll never forget that. I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank Nutrition Director and Chef Stacy Beagle and everybody else that's working here tonight, volunteers preparing and serving this, what will no doubt be an incredible meal. And finally, and above all, I want to thank all of you cadets, the Monty Tech Marine Corps Junior ROTC program. I am overwhelmed with gratitude that you would invite me to be a guest of honor on your special night. Being here with you, celebrating your accomplishments, your dedication is an honor that I will cherish forever. Your commitment to excellence, your discipline, and your character are inspiring. It gives me great pride to know that you will continue to be outstanding representatives of what this program is all about and what Monty Tech is all about. I've always considered myself incredibly fortunate to be a teacher. For the past 32 years, I can honestly say that my students have given me far more than I could ever give them. The lessons I've learned, the laughter we've shared, and the challenges that we face together have shaped me as much as they shaped you, I hope. Relationships I've built over 3 decades are the true reward of this profession. Connections that will last with me, to be with me, long beyond these classroom walls. All of the Barry Hall of Famers. You embody the values, the work ethic, and perseverance that make this program and this school so remarkable. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. And thank you for giving me the honor of a lifetime and a night that I will never, ever forget. Thank you.
Thank you for all your inspiring words today. We're very lucky to have you. But as a token of appreciation, we'd like to present you a gift. But I will read it before I do that. November 10th, 2025, presented to Mr. Darren Berry on this 250th birthday of the United States Marine Corps Ball from the cadets of the Monty Tech NC JROTC. Your inspiring words and leadership will have an everlasting effect on all students of Monty Tech, present and past, for many years to come.
This concludes the ceremony. Please have a, okay. Sorry. Please stand for the flag of the Acres Away in the Marine hymn. This concludes our ceremony for this afternoon. Please join me in a round of applause for the sword escort detail, cake detail, and color guard, as well as many others behind the scenes who made this event possible. Please remember to thank a veteran tomorrow and have a safe and enjoyable evening.